All you gotta do is pull up here. You know, you wanna join me? Pull up and join. You know what I'm saying? Pull right up here, you can join me. I'm on live.
Yeah, talk that shit. Yeah.
They're here, baby. Pull up.
Know what's up?
211, never here.
Know what's up? We out.
You know what I mean? We're here, baby. J1 pulling up. He went home. You know, after the gym, he want to go get flea.
Jim Jones Styles P, let's talk about it. Versus started out as how much body of work you got, how many dope-ass singles you got, right? Then it grew. It progressed into having levels to this shit. It's sort of like boxing. You think you're going to mash somebody to out until them lights come on, it's a different story. Styles P said, I'm a barsmith. It's levels to this shit. Meaning, look, I could go on my bag with singles.
P ain't just tossing little shots, they really came for his neck with those bars. No filter, no mercy. And let's keep it all the way real. This whole mess circles right back to Jim.
Jim will be out of business after August 3rd, so I'm practicing the weatherman. As you can see, I'm in Harlem, New York. What up, Harlem? I love y'all, you know, but I shit don't go that fast, okay? But anyway, I just want to say, after August 3rd, I'm going to be the new weatherman. If I ain't going to be it, Kiss is going to fill in, or we're going to have to do this shit together. But August 3rd, after August 3rd,
that man stays feeling like he's got to prove himself, whether he's running his mouth in interviews, flooding the gram with posts, or spitting verses like he's got a chip on his shoulder. Jim Jones been out here doing the absolute most, and now it's all blowing up in his face. For the last few years, Jim been hustling nonstop, flipping his image from rapper to street boss to businessman, and now trying to play this big fashion icon role. But along the way, people started side-eyeing him heavy, like, is he really that guy, or just performing for the cameras? And that's exactly what Jadakiss and Styles P were calling out. They didn't even need to drop his name because everybody knew who they were talking about when Styles hit that bar saying, you don't buy street cred, you gotta earn that. That line smacked Jim right in the gut. No matter how many tracks he drops or how icy his chain game is, he's still not getting anywhere near the respect that Jada and Styles have been sitting on for decades. Let's keep it straight. Jim Jones is always in full grind mode, trying to crown himself king of New York or cooking up new drama just so his name stays buzzing. The man doesn't know how to relax for a second, and the streets are noticing it loud and clear.
I didn't start it. They asked me how I felt about what was said about me on another platform from some other people. You know, sometimes I'm not a troublemaker.
After the L.O.C. straight demolished Dipset in that Verzuz showdown, Jim really should have just taken that L and kept it moving, but nope. He started tossing shade, dropping slick little shots, and acting like Dipset didn't even care about the loss. Like, come on! Everybody remembers how Jadakiss single-handedly owned that stage. That night told the whole story, and now Jada and Styles P are reminding Jim exactly what time it is with this new call-out, and they went all the way in. Jim's been out here trying to be everywhere at once, but it's looking more like he's spreading himself too thin. The way he's been moving lately feels like smoke and mirrors, and Styles P didn't let that slide in a recent interview. He didn't sugarcoat a thing. He straight up said Jim's energy has been feeling forced. That stings because Jim's whole name was built on Harlem realness, not some PR stunt vibe. When a dude like Styles calls your energy fake, that's a different kind of hit. Back then, Jim had that official stamp from the block. He wasn't just spitting bars, he was really outside. But somewhere along the way, that raw energy disappeared, swapped out for Fashion Week runways and flexing in foreign cars. It's like he traded in that grit for influencer shine, and people are noticing the switch. Now Jada and Styles are making it loud for everybody to hear, and this isn't even about personal beef, it's about real ones calling out what's real. Jada and Styles built their entire legacy on hard-hitting bars and timeless classics. They never had to put on an act. So when they see Jim chasing viral moments instead of locking in on the music, that's exactly why they're speaking on it with zero hesitation.
Jim Jones.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, he's been in a few fights.
Has he won any?
I believe so.
Oh, really? Which one?
They say he beat up
his baby mama or something like that?
Nah, he beat up dude at the restaurant.
Who, the cook?
Let me see.
I don't even think he's from Harlem, tell you the truth.
You don't think he's from Harlem?
Nope. I think because they never talk about him being in Harlem. I think he's from North Bronx or some shit.
You know, he claims a blood gang out there.
Britney Spears claims a blood.
Jim stays jumping on trends like he's chasing the next big wave, but let's be real, the LOX are the actual blueprint. While Jim's out here getting caught up in flashy gimmicks instead of locking in on real classics, the OGs can't help but look at him sideways. the streets always remember who's truly solid and who's just playing dress up. What really sparked this whole mess again? Jim Jones stepping into those podcast spaces, acting like he's running New York rap. The man had the audacity to rank himself above certified legends, and folks weren't having it one bit. Jadakiss didn't even have to say much at first. His silence alone spoke volumes, but then he came back with a slick little clapback that had the whole internet buzzing. Jim keeps pushing this I'm elite narrative, but you can't just crown yourself king off your own hype. You need the hits, the grind, and that authentic love from the streets. When Jada hit him with "The Numbers Don't Lie," it was basically a silent mic drop. Everybody still remembers that Versus battle, and Jim still hasn't been able to shake that L off his back. Styles P followed up and didn't hold back either. He called it for what it was. Trying to crown yourself while throwing shade at others is weak energy. He made it clear, if you gotta step on folks just to stand tall, you was never built right from the jump. Boom, that line flipped the entire conversation about legacy and respect on its head. Jim might have the drip and he might have the hustle, but Jada and Styles bring something much deeper. Credibility. They never had to scream about being kings of New York because the culture already handed them that throne years ago. Meanwhile, Jim's still out here chasing validation one Instagram post at a time. Let's not act brand new. This tension didn't just pop up overnight. Way before that Versus showdown, there were light jabs and freestyles, slick talk on social media, and little moments that everybody caught. Folks tried to brush it off, but now it's boiling over. It's clear Jadakiss and Styles P been stacking receipts. During one of their IG lives, Styles flat out called out how some rappers perform more for the gram than they ever did for the block, and everybody knew exactly who he was talking about. Jim's whole image has turned into one big flashy billboard, loud, shiny, but missing the soul the streets respect.
Back ass, it look big around the neck, waist look crazy. I'm body shaming this. You heard? He need to go get his shit together, get on the treadmill, do some push-ups, do something. You heard? Especially for playing with me.
Jada, on the other hand, isn't even sweating it. He said, "We don't compete with gimmicks, we compete with bars, and that's a different type of smoke." While Jim's busy snapping selfies in designer boutiques, the LOX is still dropping bars that hit like sledgehammers of truth. The contrast is crazy, and now the fans are starting to pick sides heavy. Now don't get it twisted, Jim is talented, no doubt, but when every single move feels like promo, it's hard for people to really connect with the music, especially when he's standing next to legends like Jadakiss and Styles P. This whole thing isn't about trends or clout, it's about legacy. And right now, Jim's legacy is looking shaky, while the LOX are out here aging like fine wine, solid, seasoned, and only getting better with time. What's making all of this even messier? Jim keeps trying to play it off like it's all jokes and good vibes, but Jada and Styles clearly aren't laughing. They're serious, dead serious. There's a big difference between friendly sparring and real critique, and Jim crossed that line when he kept tossing shade after that Versus battle. One of his posts even tried to flip it like Jada and Styles are just hating because he went in. But winning what exactly? Jada's the one with platinum plaques on the wall, and the culture knows it. Classic verses that still knocking the streets and the entire hood riding with him. Jadakiss got that. And Styles P, he's out here running juice bars, dropping life gems, and still bodying tracks like it's nothing. That's real life W's stacked up. Meanwhile, Jim is looking more and more like he's chasing clout for clicks, and the LOX peeped it from a mile away. The fans see it too. Jim used to get mad love for keeping it raw and gritty, but now even some of his day one Dipset fans are saying he's sliding too far into the gimmick lane, like he forgot the #1 rule. Authenticity is the real currency in this rap game. Jada and Styles know that better than anyone. They've been moving quiet but powerful for years. They don't need to scream for attention because when they bite, it's lethal. And every time Jim tries to downplay their legacy, he just makes his own brand look weaker. That's why their words hit like hammers. They're not just talking slick, they're saying what a lot of folks been feeling for a long time.
I think Jim was trolling. So I don't have much to say about it because I don't believe that Jim Jones believes that he's a better rapper than Nas, Pusha T, and Styles P.
Yeah.
I think he's an icon in terms of the fashion
Culturally,
shit.
all
And yeah, but we got to stop the train at somewhere.
Nas is a good place to stop that.
Nas is a great place to stop that train for anybody.
Yeah.
When you start naming specific people,
I'm not mad at that.
it feels weird to me. Also, he doesn't have more Billboard entries than Nas. That's the other thing.
I didn't check it.
And here's another reason the streets keep talking. Jim can't stop spinning that Versus L like Dipset didn't get completely steamrolled. In interviews, he keeps acting like they weren't ready or they were just joking around, but come on now, nobody's buying that story. Jada turned into a full-blown monster that night, and the whole world saw it live. That moment wasn't just a flex. It was a straight-up reminder of who really runs the mic, the moment, and the movement. The LOX came in locked, hungry, and unstoppable, while Dipset looked like they pulled up last minute with no plan. And now Jim's still trying to soften that blow, but Styles P said it best. You can't remix what the crowd already lived. That energy in that building was legendary, and Jim trying to rewrite history just makes it look worse. He keeps acting like it was just one bad night, but nah, this is about longevity. Jada and Styles are still in the booth cooking, still razor sharp with the pen, no rust on them at all. Meanwhile, Jim's out here talking crypto and fashion like rap is just some side hustle, but hip-hop has a long memory, and when you take a major L and try to pretend it didn't happen, it's not just your streams that take the hit, it's your whole respect level in the culture. It's knocking Jim's respect all the way down. His new joints aren't helping either. He's dropping flashy videos and flexing stacks of cash, but folks are saying the bars feel empty. No real punch, no soul, just some surface-level heat to get a quick pop on the timeline. And this whole Jim versus Nas chatter, man, that wasn't even a real conversation. Nas is a certified icon who earned his stripes over decades, dropping lyrics that hit deep in the soul. Jim? He's not even in the same galaxy. Half the stuff Jim's been saying doesn't even make sense when you stack it next to what Nas has brought to the culture. Like, come on now, hip-hop fans really acting like they don't know? You can't play with someone's legacy like it's a joke, it's not even close, and deep down, everyone knows it. Meanwhile, Jada is still out here delivering bars that shake up the entire internet without even needing promo. That's just pure pressure. What he and Styles bring is straight-up rap endurance. They've lasted this long because they built their names off pure grind, not clout-chasing antics. Styles even made it clear, some build bridges, others build brands, and only one's gonna stand the test of time. Jim's heavy in the brand game right now, but that only works if the music matches the energy, and fans are catching on fast. Sure, the fits and captions might look good on the gram, but if the lyrics aren't hitting, it doesn't last. Instead of spitting heavy bars, Jim's out here throwing shade in captions and flexing his wardrobe. That's influencer behavior, cute for social media. But in this rap game, that's not enough to hold weight. This isn't just some personal back and forth, it's a full-on culture war. Old school depth and lyricism versus this new flashy wave. Jim's trying to wear every hat at once, but Jada and Styles, they only need a mic to shut it all the way down, and they're proving it every time they touch a beat. Now this is where things heat up for real. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you on in all of this? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next update, because trust me, it's only getting spicier from here. See you on the next one.